time again. It's that time again. It's Monday. I can't believe it's Monday again. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Guess who woke up on time this morning? That would be me. I decided to try to renew my eyes, etc. You know, just trying to up the game a little bit. Well, welcome to Postcards. I'm super excited to be here with you. Whoops. I'm super excited to be here on the mic with you, here in the Postcard studio where it's always 70 and sunny, and today's no different except it's about 84 in here, and it hit 91 in our house yesterday. We don't have air conditioning downstairs, so all y'all who are living without air conditioning, I'm thinking about you. And it's time for the Postcard song. Very excited to be here with you this morning. Even though I woke up on time, I'm a little behind the curve this week. We got a lot of stuff coming up this week in the world of music over here at the Postcard studio. We got house concerts this Friday and Saturday with Ariel Silver of Los Angeles, California, and Johnny Myers of Queens, New York. Both going to be here Friday night. And I got another house concert I can tell you more about. All of that after we sing a song and you think about stuff and things. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time from North Moldova. You don't need a reason. You don't need a rhyme to write a postcard. Your P.O. Box 1252, just write a postcard. 04098, just write a postcard. To Westbrook, Maine, 'cause Grandma loves this show. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Karen Gray and Diggy, coming to us from around the place. You guys are representing coast to coast. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. All y'all who are listening later are going to come join us. This is Postcards, and you can write to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. As I said, this is house concert week for me, and I haven't been doing a ton of gigs, you know, over the last little while. Been really focused on family, focused on taking care of business at home, and also just giving myself an extended period of I was going to say dramatic rest. It's not that I'm not doing anything, it's just that needing a little more downtime before the next record comes out and head out to do whatever stuff and things present themselves, and I cook up for myself with that. So is the Postcards theme song going to be a hidden track on your next album? Well, it wouldn't be hidden if I told you that, Diggs, right? Just saying. But a great question and a great thing to think about. I do love that question. Thank you, my friend. And Karen, yeah, it's great to see you here. So I want to focus in a little bit on house concerts today. I know we talk about that on Postcards quite a bit. You know, there's a lot of different ways to do that. There's a lot of different ways to throw a concert in your yard, in your shared yard, if you live in a place where you have, you know, communal space. You know, if you are have a small living room or a big living room, there's a lot of different ways to do it. We're going to do it in the backyard in front of the greenhouse, actually really a hoop house. It's quite a lovely space. That concert is pretty much sold out at this point, but if you do get in touch with me about the Portland one on Friday, I'm just letting folks know. It's pretty much sold out, but do get in touch in case we have a cancellation. And then Saturday, so the Friday is with Ariel Silver and Johnny Myers, and then Saturday, I'm going to be up in Livermore, Maine at River Keep. Fabulous house concert in a big old house up there with a bunch of dogs, and it's a really wonderful space, kept in good stead by its steward and denizens, Peg Dwyer. There's a wonderful little house concert up there. So Johnny will be coming up to that with me. I've played that several times previously with Ed Desjardins, and thank him for that connection, and looking forward to being with the folks at Riverkeep up in Livermore on Saturday. So if you're up in Augusta area, Reed Field, Wayne, all those towns, Monmouth, that kind of area, if you want more information about Livermore, let me know and I'll hook you up. That's Saturday night, August 13th. And Friday night, I'm going to be here with the very wonderful Ariel Silver. Also had a record produced by Shane Alexander. So Shane, giving you a shout out, wish you were going to be here to be with us on Friday. And Johnny Myers is coming up from New York. So both of them have new records to promote, and they're both wonderful records. Sorry, I'm like dealing with this. I think this needs to, I think I need somebody to help me clip. Like, oh, I know. Hang on a second. I'm just going to use one of the tools of life to clip my mic, to clip my headphone cord to the back of my jacket. Excuse me for doing this on the air, but that's how it is in the Postcard studio. Let's see if we can get this to work. So anyway, the point being, I got a couple shows coming up this weekend. I'm super excited about it. Really looking forward. We have had drought here, as well as a lot of places around. I'm going to leave this up, actually. We've had drought here the same way that a lot of y'all have been dealing with, but over a much shorter period of time. I know that in the West, you guys are really dealing with it. Would love to know how you're doing with the heat, how you're dealing with the drought. We've all been through a lot as a country over the last couple of years, and it's sometimes hard to stay patient with each other in the heat and the drought. And so one of the things that I've been thinking about is patience, and today's no different. I'm thinking about that. So I'm thinking about y'all. And so anyway, so we got a great show for you today. It's your typical Monday. We have Steals and Deals at 11:15. That's coming up. 11:30, reading the mail. We don't have any mail today. So that's, I'm just saying, if you're here just for the mail, I just wanted to let you know that. But you can write to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. I know some of you have just been killing it with the postcards over the last couple of years, and I do so appreciate it. And, it's time for maybe a couple more postcards in here. And I will admit that I have been so caught up in trying to keep various trees and so forth from biting the dust out there, literally. That I've been a little remiss on my postcard writing. But anyway, it's always a time to get better. And, this week I'm working on house concerts. So, this is a way of saying stuff and things. I love you guys and miss you guys. And here we are on Monday again. I guess I'm no more put together when I wake up on time. All right. Oh, and I know one thing I have coming up at 11:30. I'll do this at 11:30 since we don't have a postcard to read. I have a popsicle recipe for you that's easy to make at home with simple ingredients, and I think they're the best in hot weather, and so I'm going to share that with you. It's one of my ways I cool off. All right, so let's get a song going. Let's get a song going. Let's see who else is here. Who else is here? David Hinsky, what's going on? It's so nice to see you here. All right. So we've got the Heartland, we've got California, and we've got Maine chiming in this morning. So let's bring in the Mid-Atlantic. I grew up down in Maryland near the Potomac River. And this is a song that I wrote a couple of years ago and just has recently presented itself over different chords, reharmonized over different chords. So just slightly different chords, and the song has really come together that way. So I'm grateful I've had a couple extra years before recording it to let that happen. So basically, what I wanted to mention about this song is that I grew up near the Potomac River in a subdivision. It was part of the changing face of what had been historically a very rural, farm-driven community, and we moved into a subdivision at the dead end of the street, and the street eventually went through and became many more houses, etc. But we were very close to Great Falls National Park and the Potomac River, and there was a really great little hidden fishing spot that my dad and I used to go to, and my brother would come sometimes, but my dad and I used to love to go fishing down there. And mostly what we catch would be catfish, and we catch and release, and the river was known to be polluted with things that people, this was in the 70s, people they didn't even know what was in there, except the people at the EPA, probably. It was a big veil. We didn't know what was upriver. And so my mother was very concerned about me actually even touching the water of the Potomac River when we were growing up. So, you know, it was just not clean, and she knew it, and she was concerned about me. And I appreciate that, Mom. Thank you so much for being worried about me. But what I wanted to say was that my dad had grown up at the far end of the Potomac River in Anacostia, Washington, and there used to be eagles everywhere when he was growing up, and then they died off because of chemicals like DDT causing eggshell breakage, and so the national symbol of Washington, D.C. was not present in the Potomac River Valley, where eagles had been endemic for millennia, and during the time that I was growing up, and that was very noticeable to me. And during that time, it was probably when I was about 20 that the eagles started coming back to the river. So that's a very long way of saying this song is about what can happen when we do the right thing for the environment. And there's a couple little bits of poetic license, like we didn't actually eat what we caught down there, but I'm sure a lot of people did. I'm sure there's a lot of people who continued to fish and eat the catfish that they caught out of the Potomac River during the 70s when things weren't so clean and their families needed that. So, you know, this goes out to all people who've ever been impacted by a polluted stream or river. And to just say that it can get better, but we do need to continue to fight those fights. So this also goes out to the people who have fought those fights. All right, here we go. Daddy, take me down to the river. Gonna catch some catfish for dinner. Gonna skip some stones with my brother till the sun goes down. Oh, the sun goes down. I remember my granddaddy talking about the eagles and hawks flying up a river and their babies squawking from a mean old snag. They've flown away and they never come back. And Mama said, did you hear that upriver there's a factory, and you know it's never been said what they're doing there, what's going on. Oh, Potomac, roll on. Potomac, roll on. Talking about the eagles and hawks flying up a river and their babies squawking from a mean old snag. They've flown away, but they came back. So Daddy, take me down to the river. Gonna catch some catfish for dinner. Gonna skip some stones with my brother till the sun goes down. Oh, that song more every day. Thank you to all the pieces of the puzzle that brought that song together. Let's see, what about our comments? Love and miss you, see you Friday. I'm going to see you Friday. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Okay, fun fact about the Potomac River. President John Quincy Adams used to skinny dip in that Potomac River. I did not know that. I didn't know that. And, back in the day, it was very clean, and it got a lot cleaner after I grew up. Like I said, beautiful. Oh, Josephina Napa Kilroy. We got California in spades today. Thank you. Lovely to see you here. We've got Southern California, we've got Maine, and we've got the Heartland. And if you're here and you haven't chimed in, this is Postcards. Love to have you here. Happy to see you all. Write to us, Postcards, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine 04098. And it's time for a favorite department of ours, and that is Steals and Deals. And we also have some new departments that I keep forgetting about, and I'm actually going to need to hop up and grab something from the next room when the next department comes around. But today we're doing Steals and Deals. Everybody's favorite. And if you've never experienced Steals and Deals, here's the deal. It's Steals and Deals. Comes to my mailbox, and once when I got no postcards, wasn't writing a lot of postcards, wasn't getting a lot of postcards. This showed up in the box, so I decided to read it on the show, kind of as a joke, and everybody loved it, and I loved it, and so I decided to keep doing it. So here we go. We've got Steals and Deals, and if you have a good steal or deal, please do share. I love hearing about it. So let's see. Let's start with, what's this? Hannaford's. Okay. Celebrate summer with our brands. Okay, so that's not specific to, I'm going to see if there's any good deals in here. Probably a bunch of them, but I'm going to focus in on sort of the standard Steals and Deals. Let's take a look. All right. All right, this is pretty good. All right. Avocado lovers who do not live in California. The rest of us have a very hard time finding a good avocado sometimes that's affordable. And by affordable, I mean less than $2 a piece. They're always pricey because they're so good when they're good. But here's at Hannaford's this week. We've got Haas avocados or mangoes. So if you don't live in a place where they grow on trees, literally, 99 cents a piece. So if anybody has any tips for selecting a really good ripe avocado, I know we've talked about that here before, but do share it in the comments and I'll read it. So 99 cents this week up here in Maine at Hannaford's, 99 cents for avocados or mangoes. That's a great deal. All right. It's only a great deal if you get a good avocado or mango. I'm just going to put that like that. All right. But if anybody has some advice, do tell us. Okay, moving right along. Let's see. Hannaford rice pilaf mix, 59 cents. I've never used it. I'm not sure how good it is, but it's probably pretty good if they have a market for it, don't you think? And I've had some really good luck with some Hannaford's brands. You save a little money and you get something good. Okay. Cucumbers, 59 cents a piece. All right. Okay, sweet corn, 4 for $2. All right, it says it's local. That means it's regional, somewhere in the Northeast. 4 ears of corn for $2. That's not bad these days, 50 cents a piece. It's still not cheap, but if the corn is good. Now, a couple things I know about corn. When you're selecting, I grew up in Maryland, one of the great homes of homegrown sweet corn for eating, all right? So when you're selecting sweet corn in the store, if you want to take advantage of this 4 for $2 at Hannaford's, for instance, if you go to a farm stand, that's always the best. The thing about corn is it needs to be refrigerated as soon as possible. So if you get it at a farm stand, it's only been out for an hour or two, and if they don't have a refrigerator, they're selling it right away. And then you got to take that stuff home and put it in the fridge immediately, because what starts to happen is the sweetness starts to decrease, okay? And it gets a little tougher. So the corn kernels themselves. So what you want to do is you want to put those ears of corn in the refrigerator right away as soon as you get them. And when you're at the store, you can kind of tell how long things have been stored, how long the ears have been stored for. Sometimes you can tell by how like sort of brownish or dry the exterior leaves are. All right, so if they look really green and full of moisture, then you are probably in pretty good shape. You can peel back the top and see how things are looking up there. Anyway, there's a little note about buying good corn on the cob from yours truly. All right, here we go. Hot or cold, 4-piece fried chicken, $5.99. I wouldn't say that's cheap, but that's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. 4 pieces of fried chicken for $5.99. You can make a family dinner with a big pot of rice and some vegetables with that. All right, so let's go moving right along. Okay, everybody needs this during blueberry season, whipped cream. Okay, I like to make my own. If somebody wants to know how I do that, I'll be happy to share. If you've never made your own whipped cream, it's a great thing to be able to do. It's really fun to do. You just got to have the right tool, and then you're good. The other thing I was going to say, though, is that you can just go to Hannaford and for $2.09 get whipped cream in a can. It's actually, the original whipped topping. It's not whipped cream, it's whipped topping. So if you are a vegan or you're looking to save a couple pennies and you want something that tastes good on your fresh blueberries, Hannaford original whipped topping for $2.09. You know, there you go. Okay. Next, moving on to Market Basket. Let's see what Market Basket's got. One thing I will tell you about Market Basket that I found out, I went, yesterday I had a neat experience. I went to, and you're welcome, Diggy. I had an opportunity that was really neat. I have a new friend who's Vietnamese American, and she found out that I am of the Buddhist persuasion as well as of the Christian persuasion, as that's just my world. That's how I grew up, was both of those things. But she took me to Vietnamese Buddhist temple down in South Portland. I'd never been before. It was a really amazing experience, and it was really neat to hear a Dharma teaching in a Vietnamese temple. So thank you to Vietnamese community here in Portland for welcoming me and allowing me to come and be a part of your worship yesterday. But the thing that I learned was, if you go to Market Basket, you can order up things like a case of baby bananas, all right, which is really popular in some Asian cultures, right, baby bananas. So you can order up a whole case if you get in there a day ahead of time. We took a case of baby bananas over there to put on all the different shrines in the temple. So I learned that from my friend Lon. Thank you, Lon. All right, so here we go. Talking about oh, yes. Oh, yes. Can you see what's at the very top here? Anybody see that? I'm going to read it to you. Cake Mate Sprinkles. Great topping on your favorite ice cream. Rainbow or chocolate flavor. 10 ounces of those little puppies. 2 for $5. All right, Market Basket, you just won my attention. Some people call them Jimmies. We call them sprinkles. Rainbow sprinkles, chocolate Jimmies. Anyway, 2 for $5, 10 ounces. Thank you, Market Basket. I don't know if I'm going to make use of that steal or deal, but I do appreciate it. All right, and this is something that you might not expect from a, sort of like a somewhat discount, discount grocery store. Sometimes they got stuff that's better than the other place, and, you luck out because you can get it for less money. They do actually do a great job with flowers over there at Market Basket. So assorted color roses, 1 dozen, $5.99. And by the way, these are not paid. I just do this because it's fun. $5, $6 for a dozen roses. That's a good price if the roses are nice, right? So head on over to Market Basket and take a. The other thing I'm going to say is, these places are all air conditioned, and for people who are living without air conditioning, I have neighbors who are older who, it gets pretty hot in their apartments. They don't have air conditioning. They got the fans running and everything. But never forget that it's not bad to go take a stroll around a grocery store and cool off. If your place you live is warm and you're tired of it. Head on over to the grocery store. I don't need to tell you twice. Okay, here we go. All right, this is one of my favorites. Key lime pie. You can save $1, $11.99 for an 8-inch key lime pie. $12 to not make your own key lime pie. I bet it's pretty good. Okay, and coconut macaroons, traditional or chocolate drizzle, $3.99 for 10 ounces. I don't know how many that is, but I'm a fan of coconut macaroons. All right, so that's enough from Market Basket. Well, let's see if there's any personal care products. That's always interesting. All right. And plus, you just have to appreciate stuff like, look at this old school graphic design. I do so love that. All right. Personal products. Let's see if we've got any here. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Nope. Okay. Well, I will say one more thing from this totally beautifully designed, well organized. tender eggplant, $1.29 a pound. That's a good price if you don't grow your own eggplant. It's kind of hard to do up here in Maine unless you have like a greenhouse or something. All right, tangy lemons imported, 2 for $1. Yellow peaches, $1.49 a pound from California. Hey, California. All right, so steals and deals. We've done it. We've done it. So if you're just joining us, this is Postcards. Welcome to the show. We're so happy you're here. If you're listening live or you're listening later, I'm just so glad to say hello to all you. On this Monday morning here in Maine, it's going to be another warm one, but not as warm as yesterday. We broke some records yesterday. 96 in Portland yesterday for the day. We've had hotter temperatures than that. Everybody remembers, who's lived here for a minute, remembers the day that the thermometer broke on the time and temperature building here in Portland, and it said 470 degrees. So, all right, so it's time for another song. It's time for another song. All right, so one of the things I've been doing is I've been, I've entered into a kind of a different phase with songs the last couple of years in terms of how I approach them, how I live with them, how I practice them. And there's nothing like old school run-throughs, being honest with ourselves, making sure we're tuned properly, all that good stuff for practice. But one of the things I have noticed, oh, hey, Max Jones. How's it going? Nice to see you here. One of the things that, I've needed to adapt to is that my life is just different right now. I think a lot of us are feeling that. And, there wasn't this rubber band action when we just came out of the deeper part of the pandemic. For some people, were able, I think, more out of either necessity or long-time habits, being able to go back to a routine that resembles what previously was, and I admire you and send out tons of respect for that. My situation's been a little bit different, and I have to say I'm actually really enjoying this phase. But what it does mean is that I don't have the drive and the patience right at the moment to do like these kind of religious run-throughs that I was doing for several years there when I was promoting my last record. It's a lot of repetition and a lot of, making sure the band is following the record and that kind of thing, which is a very big job. And I'm still grateful to my band, all my different bands who have followed me through this journey. But I wanted to let myself go into a little more of exploration, and it's actually kind of been not even a choice. It just is where life is leading me. And so it allows me to take in a few more influences and have some time to integrate. And I do feel like I'm getting to the other side of that a little more. And it's going to make the next record different and more interesting. And yet it will still be my record. And it will still feel, hopefully to you, like something, whatever it is in my music that it's appealed to you, it'll feel like home to you. So I want to play, speaking of home, I want to play this song. I'm looking for my capo. Good old brass capo. I want to play a couple songs way up here that have to do with home, community, these kinds of things. And the first song is now I never know where songs are going to lead. I do have I feel like sometimes I write in, and I'm not sure whose voice it is that's coming through me. It's just, part of my deeper self or my imagination or whatever, mixed in with bits and pieces that are autobiographical. Let's put it that way. All right, so here we go. So this is, let's just play it. It is whatever you need it to be. It's called I Buried My Heart. I buried my heart in too many places, leaving no trace or treasure map to find my way home. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hiding, I'm thinking of you, and there's nothing to do. and I wear its wedding ring as I walk this weary world. But the heart holds too many pieces and secrets, and God knows what they are, where they lay. Only God knows what they are and where they lay. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hot, and I'm thinking of you. And there's nothing to do. So take care of my heart, it's in many pieces. Like a starfish, it's growing new arms and they're hugging you. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hot, and I'm thinking of you. And there's nothing to do. All right, all right. You know, songs have a way of getting to me sometimes. They get to me a little bit. And that one gets to me a little bit sometimes. And if you're just joining us, welcome to Postcards. I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live. Getting my guitar stuck on my little, whatever it was, my clothespin that was holding on my wire. Jenny Van West coming to you live in the Postcard studio where it's always 70 and sunny. This week I have 2 house concerts coming up. Super excited. They're both in Maine. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And I know it's 11:30 and we're supposed to read the mail. 11:35 and we haven't read the mail yet. We don't have any postcards today or a letter from Grandma. Just going to tell you. That's the story. But I do have some other things to share with you, and I'm going to grab one of them right now. Okay? So please forgive me while I disappear from the camera for a second. And I go into the other room. And it's like, you know, like magic. I'm going to come back with something that we need to talk about, which is, drum roll, please, whoops, let's get the hat right on, can't we? There we go. Photos of mystery. All right. So last week, we were looking at this photo of mystery. We were looking at this photo. And for those of you who are thinking it looks like New Mexico, it's not. It's not. And I do need to post this on our Facebook page. I haven't done it. And we looked at this one. These are all from the same place, Photos of Mystery. Okay? And these were given to me by Ken Waldman out of Anchorage when he was visiting us a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Ken, for the gift of these beautiful photos. And so here's the second. So that was the first one. The second one, all right? It's not the American Southwest. I'm going to give you that hint, okay? And I'm going to share you another one. Same place, same city, okay? This is this week's photo of mystery. Maybe what I should do is post all 3 of them at once. Start putting them together and see if we can come up with somebody somewhere who knows where this is. I want you to look carefully at the architecture, the towers, the this or that. So there's the third one. Here's the second one. Photos of mystery. And here's the first one from a couple weeks ago. Somebody remind me. Can someone remind me to post these if I forget? If you're all excited about the photos of mystery, you can write to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. And let's see what we can find out. So let's see. There was something else I was going to share with you at 11:30. Now, what was it? Now, what was it? Oh, I know, my popsicle recipe. All right. I have been talking a little bit about, last couple weeks, about how people like to stay cool, their favorite way to do it, keep it PG-11, you know, that sort of thing. There's a couple different things I wanted to share. One was, there's one surefire way to make it feel cooler outside, and that's to go spend 3 hours in a hotter place, or an entire day, in a kitchen. Working in a kitchen, y'all who are cooking in kitchens, respect to you. I was, yesterday I got to, as I mentioned, I had a really nice invitation to come to Sunday service at a Buddhist temple, Vietnamese Buddhist temple here in Portland that I'd never been to before, and I'm really grateful to that community for welcoming me the way you did and making me feel like a part of things. You know, I've been to many Buddhist teachings, I've been in other temples, but I really needed that teaching yesterday. It was a really good one, and it felt transformative. And but it was also very, very warm, and there were a lot of people there because there were two 49-day memorial prayers, etc., for two people who had passed away in the community, and so there were a lot of people there. And we were sitting by the back door, but it was really warm in the temple. It was really warm, and part of that made it memorable. You know, it's part of that is being a little uncomfortable to be able to remember things. But we stepped outside, and then the breeze on a 93-degree day just felt wonderful. So that is one way to handle it, I suppose, is to just go somewhere hotter for a while and then come on out. But the other way I love to do it is to eat these popsicles. So you can there's a lot of different ways you can make popsicles. I remember when we were kids, we used to do them in Dixie cups with a little, like, flat ice cream spoon, like you get from the ice cream person. You could do that. We had some popsicle makers. I have a popsicle maker now. I found it on sale. You get online, get yourself a good popsicle maker. And so here's the recipe. What you need is you need oat milk. Okay, this is going to please the vegans, all right? I am not personally a vegan, but I do love oat milk because I don't drink regular milk for reasons that are reasons. And so you're going to need oat milk, and you're going to need blackstrap molasses, okay? And if you're not familiar with molasses, molasses is this really thick, black, almost black-brown syrup that is a byproduct of making cane sugar, all right? So it does come from cane sugar. So if you don't do cane sugar, this one might not work for you. You can find something else that might work as well. Maple syrup would probably work extremely well for this recipe, okay? Blackstrap molasses has a little bit of bite to it. And I personally love that and find it more refreshing. Oh, we got a bird at the feeder. Oh, a little brown jobber at the feeder. Blackstrap molasses, you can find it at most grocery stores. Sometimes they'll only have like grandma's old-fashioned molasses, which isn't blackstrap. You want to get like, the very, I suppose, aptly named plantation. Blackstrap molasses is what we've got in the closet right now. So here you go, 2.5 cups of oat milk. A half a cup of blackstrap molasses. Mix it together really well. The molasses is a little bit heavy. It likes to sit on the bottom. So if you stir it and then you forget about it, it's going to probably sink back down a little bit and go to the bottom. So you want to make sure that's nice and stirred up. Here's what you do. You mix it well. You fill your popsicle molds, all right, and freeze for, about 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours in the freezer should do it. Pour the remainder of the mix, the oat milk plus the blackstrap molasses, over ice, insert a straw, and feed it to the cook. That's what the recipe says. So anyway, popsicles, there you go. 2.5 cups of oat milk and a half a cup of blackstrap molasses will make you some of the most refreshing popsicles you've ever had, right in your own freezer. Okay. So there's that. And if you're just joining us, Postcards, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. This is the home of stuff, things, and all that. And today's no different. So I think it's about time for Vietnamese sauna temple. Yeah, it was definitely, it wasn't dry, it was definitely humid in there. And so beautiful. And if you've never been to a Vietnamese Buddhist temple, and I suspect other Southeast Asian Buddhist traditions as well, I'm more familiar with the Tibetan tradition. That's where I came from, and that's the one I'm familiar with. But there was the biggest bell, and I haven't traveled in Asia either, so this was a new experience to be in the room with this. There's a huge bronze bell, enormous bronze bell with mantra written on it. And there was a lady from the temple who's 82. We were talking about, I told her she looked 28, who was ringing it before everybody came in. It was just keeping the ringing going in the room to clear the room. And it was amazing. We were sitting in front of a fan before everybody got there, just saying hi in our, trying to communicate through my friend was translating a little bit and just saying hello. And English mixed with Vietnamese, and listening to and feeling the ringing of that bell. So I wish I could now play Ring Them Bells by Bob Dylan, but I didn't practice that, so I'm going to play something else right now. And this is another community song. It is my way, my passion, my love in life is, and I guess one of the things that's driven me, knowing it or not, through the last 40 years of my life has been creating community and trying to understand how to do that more effectively. So this goes out to all you community songsters out there and song enthusiasts. Here we go. It's called Embers. This love has a body, and that body is a song. And the song has a memory, and its memory is long. So let's sing and let's remember. Let's love till love is embers. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. And the only ever owned was borrowed. Let's leave our worries on the doorstep of tomorrow. Let's sing and let's remember. Let's love till love is embers. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. Ooh. And the only thing I ever owned was borrowed. Let's leave our worries on the doorstep of tomorrow. Let's sing and let's remember. Let's love till love is embers. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. Let's sing and let's remember. Let's love till love is embers. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. Jenny Van West coming to you live from the Postcards studio, where it's always 70 and sunny, except today when it's about 84 in the Postcard studio. I got my fan running. You might be able to hear that through this mic. I've got the mic turned up. And, it's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to be alive and have some choices. It's a good day to be alive and have friends who care about each other. It's a good day to be alive. So welcome to Postcards. We're happy to have you here. You can always write to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. And I want to call attention to a couple things. House concerts this weekend. All right, so Friday night is basically sold out in Portland. Going to be here with Ariel Silver and Johnny Myers. Super excited about that show. Ariel and I've had the pleasure of being on her show, and I need to get her on Postcards. And she has a show called Tomes and Tunes. I was on her show sometime last spring or winter. Sorry, I'm having wardrobe malfunction here. Wardrobe malfunction. There we go. Let's get the Hancock lumber cap situated. And I got the chance to be on her show. She's got a new record out. It's really good. And it was produced by Shane Alexander out in Buddhaland Studios in Los Angeles, California, which is where I made my last record. That's part of the reason that she's coming here is we have you in common, Shane. I'm grateful for that. And if it wasn't for Ed Desjardins up in Reedfield, Maine, I would never have met Shane Alexander, and Ariel wouldn't be coming to my house on Friday. So take that. So thank you, Ed. This is the way things work in music. People help each other. I try to do that for others the way it's been done for me. And, it's a great way to build a community, as we've been talking about. So house concert this Friday in Portland is basically sold out. But if you're interested in that house concert in Portland, please do get in touch with me. You can write to me via wherever you're looking at this on Facebook. Just send me a Facebook message and inquire and see what's up. Saturday night, however, up in Livermore, Maine, a place called River Keep. This is a really, really special house concert. Again, Ed Desjardins, thank you for hooking me up with this. I've had the privilege of playing with Ed there a couple of times on his invitation, and there's a wonderful lady there named Peg who runs that up in Livermore. If you are up in the Augusta area, Monmouth, Lewiston, Auburn, Reedfield, Wayne, all those towns up in that neck of the woods, and you know how to get to Livermore or you don't, hit me up and I will get you directions. I would love to see you there and share the evening with you. That will be with Johnny Myers this Saturday, August 13th. So let's see, we've got some comments here. Love me some Shane Alexander. Yeah, that's the thing. And look at these hellos going on. I just love this. I love this. And I'm looking at your comment here, Diggy, and I'm thinking, maybe I will play some Bob Dylan tunes this Friday. Here's the plan. I know I talked a little bit about possibly recording this Friday, live streaming, etc. I still don't know exactly what the plan is. But if there is going to be a live stream, I will share it with you. There's a possibility that it will be audio only. Because getting cameras to work with the lighting in the backyard is a thing, and I don't have the proper lighting, and I don't really want to put that much lighting out there because it's kind of nice to just have it a little more chill. So what I may do is live stream the audio. The audio will be coming off the board and should be quite good. So I just wanted to let you know that. Keep an eye out for a live stream posting, probably Thursday night, if it's going to happen. I like to overpromise. I don't like to overpromise and underdeliver. I like to do the opposite. Underpromise, overdeliver. So that's yours truly, coming to you live from the Postcard studio. That's what I like to try and do. Underpromise and overdeliver. So, and short of that, as long as the interwebs are cooperating with us and we have the bandwidth to do it and someone to keep an eye on it, which I think we'll be able to do, we should be able to live stream. If not, I'm going to record it and for later enjoyment, because I know there are people out there who've asked me about that, and people who I know would love to be here and can't. Like Shane has mentioned that. I know I know that if we could be together for this little bit of a extended family reunion, I know that there's a bunch of people here that would like that. So let's see, what time is it? Oh, Carolyn Hansky, what's happening? Nice to see you here. 11:51, let's see. Talking about what's coming up. Well, we're in our summer Mondays for a couple more weeks. I'll keep you posted. I think we're going to go for next week and the week after that. We have a question. Is the name of your fourth album Underpromised, Overdelivered? Yeah, let's hope so, because right now I'm feeling like my third album is overpromised, underdelivered, because it was going to get made in 2020. And then, I set into this musical retreat and cultivation and metamorphosis. That's just what's been happening. That's what's going on. And expanding my talent in directions that I didn't know that I could, like playing basic songs on the accordion. Yeah, I know. And, shoot! All right, Fall season, people. Fall season. I got to make sure that accordion's here every single time. It's down at the other studio right now, which doesn't have internet, so I can't do my postcards from there yet. I'm working on that. Which, speaking of which, this is part of what I need to tell you about, which is my Patreon. I'm just going to keep mentioning it. Patreon is a way to do basically a subscription support. You can do anything from $1 to $5 to $10 a month and up. To help support the things that I'm doing in my community here, to help support Postcards. It's about 35 to 45 bucks a month to run this show. And in terms of just, StreamYard subscription, et cetera. I think I'm up to about $21 a month on my Patreon right now, so I'm just building from there. I'm super grateful for all you guys who've joined so far. And so I'm just gonna leave that there for folks who can and want to. All right, and Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte the accordion. So, Diggy. Just have to say, thank you for remembering the name. And I'm sorry that I made a promise. See, I made a promise that I couldn't keep. I'm like, Charlotte needs to be on the show every Monday, but it's been so blinking hot and in the Postcard studio that I haven't wanted to be here and put an accordion on my knee. I'm just going to be honest about that because of everything perspiration these days. All right, so that's about Charlotte, the accordion. And one of the things that's been really lovely about getting ready for this show is thinking about the people who are coming. I have a lot of friends coming Friday night. I'm going to be seeing some friends I haven't seen in a while on Saturday night up at the Other House concert in Livermore. Do send over questions if you are interested in either of these shows. Friday's basically sold out for the house concert here in Portland, and then Saturday night there are spaces, and that is a wonderful house concert in an old house, a very old house up in Livermore, Maine, right by the river. And oops, wrong one. Here we go, house concerts. And so let's get another song going here. We've got about 6 minutes left. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention. Writing to Grandma, ask Grandma. She's busy right now with her, tending her sheep and doing all her shopping. I'm sure when she gets a chance to go over to the mainland from North Moldova, write to Grandma, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. You got a thorny problem, you got a relationship issue that you want Grandma to answer, write to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. All right, enough about that. I'm going to leave my capo right there so I don't have to retune. As you all know, I occasionally and want to give a lecture about retuning when you have a capo, and I'll just do it right quick here. If you like to use capos, make sure that you get that sucker on straight. Before you play your song, especially if you're playing in the company of other people, I recommend pulling up straight on each string off the fretboard after you place your capo. Make sure that some extra tension's been let out, and then you're going to take your tuner, your snark, your pedal tuner, or what have you, and make sure that those strings are true and not sharp, especially because capos tend to send things sharp. This is a central thing for vocalists. So, I thank my more experienced colleagues who have helped me learn these things, and I'm just passing that along to you if you didn't know that already. All right, here we go. This is one of my favorites of mine, and I'm going to play two more back to back. That's how we're going out today. Baby, I'm a long way from home, walking through this strange land. So alone, the streets are cold, the days are dark without you, the path is dim. Sometimes I don't know where to turn, but there's a little voice inside. It speaks to me. I'm gonna see But we gotta have faith, gotta take heart, gotta stick together when life falls apart. Gotta hang tough, and we gotta let go. 'Cause even when the road is rough, we're never alone, never alone, never alone, never alone, never alone, never alone. Baby, I'm wandering far from home. It's been, baby, I'm wandering far from home. And in this strange land, I no longer feel so alone. 'Cause you are with me everywhere I go. And I'm gonna see you again. But we gotta have faith, gotta take heart, gotta stick together when life falls apart. Gotta hang tough, and we gotta let go. 'Cause I got you and you got me, a couple of angels and a destiny. We will be lifted, we will be home. These thoughts of you, they carry me, and we're never alone, 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 never alone. All right, bonus extra song tonight. I know it's noon and everybody's got to go on to the next thing. I'm going to play one more song though because I just have to. I just want to say again, I really appreciate the community that we've got right here. I do love talking about communities. If you have a community in your neighborhood, in your neck of the woods, where you're like, we're trying to figure out how to harmonize with this community, how to incorporate these people, make them feel welcome, or to get to know each other better, to help resolve some conflict. If you're in for, or you know, maybe not conflict resolution, I'm not trained in that, in mediation, that sort of thing, but consider a free guitar program and teaching people to play the guitar. If you know a little bit about the guitar, you actually know a lot more than you think you do. And getting people a couple of chords, gear up and get out there with a friend of yours who knows a little bit more about guitars and about teaching, and make something happen. And if you want to know how to do that, call me. All right? I want to hear from you. I'm interested in helping you do that. All right? The advice is freely given, or you can make a little donation to my Patreon or whatever. But I think there's just a lot of room right now for building community with music. And I know a little something about that. And if you want to do it too, give me a buzz. Maybe you want to start a house concert. All right, here we go. And last comment of the day, Charlotte is also the name of my great-grandmother. She lived to be 100 and a half. Yes, a half is important. Yes, she gets the half. Thank you, Diggy. I appreciate you sharing that. You know, it's grandparents matter. Great-grandparents matter even more. We'll talk great-grandparents a different time. Let's see. Oh, tuner. All right, here we go. Last song of the day. Thanks for being here, everybody. I love sharing it with you. This is a song about making change to ourselves, supporting it in our communities. It's about harmonizing with people. Whoa. home tonight. I'm tired of the dying, just want everybody to be alright. Whoa, gotta live in a new way, 'cause we got some debts to pay. Yeah, I do believe it's time. Well, some of us are angry and some of us don't know what to do. Some of us are weary and some of us just want to be through. If we can just let go of the hate, might not feel the need to dominate. If we can just admit we've been wrong, we might have a chance of getting along. Gotta live in a new way, 'cause we got some debts to pay. Yeah, I do believe it's time. Whoa, healing is a long road, but we don't have to walk alone. Yeah, I do believe it's time. It could be so nice, it just might be some kind of paradise. If we could just admit we've been wrong, we might have a chance of getting along. Gotta live in a new way, 'cause we got some debts to pay. Yeah, I do believe it's time. Whoa, healing is a long road, but we don't have to walk alone. Yeah, I do believe it's time. Whoa, gotta live in a new way. All right, well, listen, thanks everybody for being here today. Thanks to our regulars, thanks to our drop-ins. Thanks to all y'all who are listening later in the evening because you're working or you're got something else going on. Do appreciate all of your love and support, and do appreciate the shares, the likes, the comments, being here, any of these things. I'll give you one last chance. P.O. Box 1252 Westbrook, Maine 04098. We could use a couple postcards for next week. And join my Patreon. I'm building this. This is a new thing. I've had it for a while, but now I'm just saying, if you want to be a subscriber, thank you to all my current subscribers. I would love to have your support and love to see you there. There are options from $1 a month, which is $12 a year, up to higher numbers. So please, looking forward to being a part of things, however this happens. If last little bit about house concerts. Friday night in Portland is basically sold out, but do let me know if you have an interest in that. Send me a message here on Facebook or through my website. I would love to interact with you and say hi and see if we can squeeze you in. If not, also want to tell all my up north friends, Livermore, Maine on Saturday nights. Looking forward to both of those shows. And thanks to everybody, and see you next week.